This channel is what studying abroad dreams are made of. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to iSchoolConnect. This week, just like every other week, we are back with some amazing content about how to study in the UK. In fact, I have a very special guest with us today. We'd love to welcome you, Mohammed, to this interview about how your experience was when it came to applying to the UK, what kind of courses, courses you applied for, what you study, like what you want to study, which universities you got an admit from, how the process was like for you, and so on and so forth. But before we get into the whole hoopla of things, Mohammed, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Ankita. Yeah, I'm an architect. My name is Jazlan, and I'm an architecture student studying in Miyasi Academy of Architecture. I'm a final year student. I'll be completing my course in July, and I'm planning to go abroad as soon as I complete my studies. I've chosen UK as my country. I had other options too, but finally I have finalized and come up to UK. And I've applied to like 10 universities. I've got admit at 4 to 5 universities. And I've applied for like two different courses, but I'm preferring for one course, which I'm waiting for other universities to offer.
Okay, so Mohammed, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, the courses that you've applied for, what drew you to them, and why specifically you chose to go to the UK?
Yeah, I was about to go to Canada first actually because they had PR this thing. So, but when UK announced a 2 year post-study visa, I have developed this keen interest in going into UK actually. Then because I too wanted to like explore many cities because European countries are very close to each other. In my holidays, I can even go around and have a trip to other neighboring European countries. But whereas in Canada, I can't go anywhere elsewhere, only inside Canada. And I have applied for two courses, which is a 1 year course. One is a 1 year course. The other one is a 2 year course. The first course is I chose was BIM, which is building information modeling. And initially, I had this interest to study BIM, but later on, I felt that studying a 1 year course will only end up me in that particular specialization, and I won't be able to like design anything else or work on anything else. So I felt like instead of doing BIM, I can do a general master's in architecture, which will give me a broad understanding of the field, and I can even go into multiple fields and multiple fields in architecture. There was even animation, even BIM also.
Mhm. Okay, that sounds lovely. It's so you said you're waiting for admits, right? What kind of universities did you apply to, Mohammed?
I've applied to UCL, UAL, RCA, Strathclyde, Oxford Brookes, London Metropolitan, and Manchester Metropolitan Universities. I've got application offers from London Metropolitan, UCL, Oxford Brookes, and Cardiff also. I forgot to say Cardiff.
Oh, that's incredible. So how are you feeling about your admits? Like, is this something that you were looking forward to? This is your dream, or are you still
Yeah,
waiting?
UCL was my dream university, but unfortunately at that time, initially I applied for BIM, and I got an admit for BIM, but I am looking forward for general MR. But when I contacted the university, they said that the time period for application for general MR was over, so I should try next year.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't matter. So no problem. I'm waiting for other universities also, but I've applied for other universities.
Okay, well, very, flattered, with the kind of universities that you've applied to. Very proud as well. But how did you shortlist them? What was the process like? How did you decide that these are the universities that you want to apply to? How was the process for you?
I went and I researched on their website, and the main thing is faculty and the ranking. The main thing. Then the thing was I researched on their website, and of course, iSchoolConnect mentors also were helping me. in finalizing my universities. But even I had few universities in my mind, which when I was applying, actually, I was given advice. I was advised by my mentors also, and they were also looking forward for giving me good advices.
Okay. All right. Mohammed, you mentioned that you definitely did take help from, counselors from iSchoolConnect, and I would really love to know how you found out about iSchoolConnect and how your, journey has been so
Yeah.
far with the organization.
Yeah, I had no idea about iSchoolConnect first. Then I was wondering, I didn't know anything about different types of scholarship because I was looking for scholarship in to study UK, because UK is very expensive, and I didn't know there are multiple scholarship, and I had signed up and many different consultancies in Instagram. So I've been getting calls from different consultancies, and they were like telling me their scopes and schemes which they have. But the only thing which I liked about iSchoolConnect was they had different types of schemes and facilities which they were giving. Uh, and they had this scholarship thing also. That is why the main thing I chose iSchoolConnect was this thing, and they had different facilities which the other consultancies would not give, like SOP editing. I didn't know what SOP was initially. Then when I came to know only, yeah, they were like there is a additional tool, and they have a Google AI, which is sponsored by Google also. That's why I chose iSchoolConnect. I felt it was a perfect match for me.
Oh, that's incredible. Did you get a chance to use the AI though, Mohammed? It's a whole different experience to do that.
Yeah, I tried it, but it came according to my marks and this thing, but it did not show the universities which I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, the AI thing, they did not it did not show what universities that which I wanted to, because it was based on my marks, and it will automatically calculate the preferences which is required for my marks. So I went on based on my preferences only.
Right. Okay. Um, well, your visa interview is still left, and I would definitely recommend that you use the VIA tool.
Yeah,
It'll help you really, well prepare for your visa. Just put in a lot of assertiveness, confidence,
yeah,
and animation, in you while you're at the interview to prepare you really thoroughly. So definitely try that.
yeah,
Um,
I should.
but yeah, okay. So, Mohammed, how long did it how long has the process been for you? How long did it take for you to apply, shortlist, write your SOP, prepare all your documents, and go through with the applications?
Usually, I feel like it should be done 1 year before. Everything should be ready 1 year before, because I did it very late. I thought like 6 months was fine, but it took me like 3 to 4 months. I started in November, because I should have started in September, 1 year before my application. But I started in November. I thought it would be easy, but it's not that easy. You should prepare all the documents, and it does not. Like some due to the circumstances, you won't be able to get all the documents ready. So you have to go here and there. You have to like stroll everywhere and go to the offices. They won't give you it immediately. You would have to roam. They will make you like roam everywhere.
Yeah.
So I started in November, and it took me 3 months to gather all the documents, and to apply it took me 1 month extra. To make my portfolio itself, it took me 3 months, because my course is portfolio related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of documents, that go into the whole process, especially for people who are studying architecture, arts. You've got your portfolio to add aside from your personal statement, your
Yeah,
LORs, and your transcripts, and your scorecards.
yeah,
So it's a whole long drawn process. So it's definitely better to start early. Um, Speaking of the whole, score cards that you have to add to your application, did you have to take any exams, Mohammed, for your course?
Yeah, I took only IELTS exam.
Mhm.
Other than that, I did not take any other like SAT, GATE or GRE because I did not have any idea of going to US. So I took only IELTS. I thought IELTS would be sufficient for English proficiency exam.
Right. Okay. And your universities don't need you to like take the GRE for an architecture course?
In UK, I think it's not necessary because it doesn't come under engineering part. It is basically more practical than theoretical. So I don't think you need GRE or GMAT to go to UK. But if you are going to US, you definitely need it, I guess.
Yeah, that's interesting. Thank you for that piece of information. Okay, so Mohammed, during this entire process, what was the biggest challenge that you faced, and how did you overcome it?
I think that there wasn't a big challenge because I had iSchoolConnect with me because all the admission team and the counselors they were helping me because I did not have any I didn't apply myself and I did not have any obstacle or any doubts by applying because all the admission team and the counselors were helping me. They themselves were applying for me. So mostly for challenge, I'd say that for me there wasn't. I didn't feel that there was a challenge to apply. But I don't know. But if others have challenging, because if you go without a counselor or a consultancy, it's difficult because you wouldn't know anything what's coming for you.
Yeah,
That's the main thing.
yeah,
It's better while because I'm studying right now. I'm studying and I'm in final year and I won't have time also to apply and do these things. But if I have a counselor or a consultancy, it would be easy. I would give all my documents to them. They will apply for myself.
yeah. It is very humbling to hear that, Mohammed, that we are somewhere doing the right thing that is essentially making the whole process
Yeah.
hassle for students. Just very happy to hear that. And well, moving on to that, so how has your experience with iSchoolConnect been, right? I mean, how have you liked the counselors? Have you always received timely responses?
Yeah, but they were very polite and they were like always responsive. Whenever I text them, they would reply immediately. And the counselors were very polite. I like the way they handled my case. And any queries which I have, they would like immediately. They would. I would have some queries with the universities where they wouldn't have replied for a long time. So I would reach on to the counselors and I ask them, please, can you follow them up? Then they would be like, yeah, sure, I will do it immediately. And after a few days, they would reply me that, yeah, they have replied to me, to my mail that regarding your case as well.
That's really great to hear that, Mohammed. Well, I think the next one that I would love to, first of all, I would love to tell you that even when you're beyond that stage, when you've applied, you have a you have a visa in your hand, and then you fly, you study abroad. Our counselors still stay in touch with you, right? And that
Yeah.
would be something that I would sort of really look forward to, just still having you in the iSchoolConnect circle and maybe guiding like you are right now, right? Guiding students who want to study ahead, even the next cycle and the one after that, and just stay in touch.
Yeah, sure. Even I would like to stay in touch with the counselors and iSchoolConnect for future this thing.
Awesome, awesome. So, well, speaking of just going and living abroad, what plans do you have when you go there once you're done with your graduation? Do you want to settle there? What kind of field do you want to work in? Which country do you want to
Main,
settle in eventually? Like, what are your plans there?
my plan is to, I would like to learn the methods of abroad, like UK, which they use, the methodology, how they teach, and because it will be totally different from India, how they teach it here. And UK is considered as one of the best countries for education.
Okay. I just want to ask you one more thing before we go ahead and close this
Yeah.
interview, Mohammed. What is your insight? What is the one important tip or that you would like to share with anybody who's planning to study abroad, especially in the UK?
Yeah, most of the children, most of the people, they don't apply to good universities because of their fee structure. Because the fees in UK is very high. Because of this, they don't apply because they don't know what kind of scholarship they would be getting and what kind of scholarship is available. Most of them, they get loans and they get a lot of. After they get loan, also they get in a lot of pressure. You have to repay the loan also, right? But a lot of them they don't know about the scholarship. I would say that you guys can apply to good universities if you get it. Like अगर ये होगा मिल गया तो ठीक है नहीं तो okay or ऐसा. So if you get it, then it's good. Otherwise, you can even try other universities because there are a lot of varieties and many universities in UK, more than 800 universities, I guess, you can apply to. But there are a few good universities which have a high price, but you can still apply to them and get good scholarship also. So luck, if you get a good scholarship, you can join the universities. That's my main advice for the viewers.
That's very insightful. Thank you for that tip, Mohammed. Aside from scholarships, you also have a lot of other things that you can do to compensate for the heavy expenses that come with living abroad. You can do a part-time job. Do a research assistantship, and you can even do a teaching assistantship. You can work at the university as well. So there are a lot of ways to counter, the amount that you're spending on your education. But in the end, you understand that it is an investment, and the rewards are just as much high, or sometimes even higher than the risk that you're taking. So that's something that comes as a curve attached to studying abroad. Okay, so thank you so much, Mohammed, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Taking out your time. It's very, very great to have you today here. Thank you.
Okay, it's my pleasure to be interviewed by iSchoolConnect. Thank you.